What's up, guys? My name is Zach Black. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Weekly Wellness. So this week I wanted to talk about spiritual zombies, as you might have been able to tell from the title, and what exactly I mean by that, obviously, and kind of why it might be something to think about. Mostly this is mainly a video to encourage thought and to help prevent people from doing something that's kind of irritating and really it's not fulfilling the purpose that they're intending. So unless their intention is to irritate people, obviously. So first off, things with being a spiritual zombie, we'll just briefly go over this. What I'm referring to when I call somebody a spiritual zombie is somebody who is spiritual in a way where they're just kind of following what somebody else is doing, whether it be something they're reading in a book, or whether it's something they're listening to from YouTube on here, or from, myself or any other YouTuber. They basically just follow what they do specifically, and that's it. They don't listen to themselves at all. They don't do any kind of self-searching. They just follow that stuff that they did because, it works for them, so it must work for me too, right? But no, that's not the case with spirituality. Like, that's just not the case at all. The issue here is every single person is completely different and has an entirely different kind of journey throughout their life, and everybody has different blockages due to past traumas and things like that they have to work through themselves. And while other people can help you, and there's nothing wrong with watching videos or reading books about spirituality, it can definitely be helpful. It's just you need to remember to follow your own intuition, because inevitably that's going to guide you into dealing with those problems and helping you to become more, balanced and able to deal with those things. But when you're constantly just following other people on what they do, you get kind of this plateau, and you just can't really go anywhere from there, because you've kind of learned everything you can from them that's going to help you. So everything else you learn might be kind of helpful, but it's not really helpful to you, because in your situation you've either already dealt with it, or it's just not something that you have to deal with because you didn't experience that same thing as them. But you might have other things that they didn't experience. In fact, I'd be willing to bet you do, because no two people have had the same experience. So literally everyone will have a different spiritual journey. And this is why it gets really annoying when somebody becomes a spiritual zombie, because they'll also start projecting onto others as if there's only one way of going through your spiritual journey. And to be honest, this is just not the case. If you're, it really doesn't matter what the case is. If you're following anybody else and you're just wholeheartedly following their journey, and you're convinced that there's only one path in a spiritual awakening, you're just straight up wrong. I mean, to be honest, it's just not the case. And you can see this if you look at anybody else who's spiritually awakened. Like, most of them have all had a very different experience. There's, of course there's going to be similarities, but at the same time, the only real advice that anybody can give you on a spiritual journey is honestly follow your own intuition. That's the only definitive thing that you can tell anybody that's going to work for everyone in their spiritual journey, because their intuition will guide them to every experience that they need to have. And even experiences that seem counterproductive to the entire situation, they are probably necessary. I don't remember where I heard it, but, I've listened to things about the intuition as well, and that's the thing, is I'm really not trying to say, guys, that watching videos, reading books on this stuff is wrong. Obviously, like, I wouldn't make these videos if I felt like they weren't helpful, and I'm sure neither would the other YouTubers that do this. I'm just saying that when you follow it as if it's like the only definitive truth to everything, it's a problem. And we're not talking about religion, so if you're thinking like, oh my god, what about the Bible? We're not talking about that. That's a whole nother topic. But and honestly, it kind of applies to that too, but we're not going to talk about that. what I was saying about intuition here is following your intuition guides you into these different experiences, and your intuition is well aware of different things that are going to build a certain character in you that's going to make it so you can fulfill your purpose in life. And that's why it's important to follow it, because sometimes you need certain shitty situations in order to build up a certain character within yourself to adequately, perform your purpose. And it's very, very helpful to follow your intuition. Otherwise things just take way longer, and you feel kind of lost in discovering your purpose because you're not following your intuition, and you haven't become the person that you are kind of like being guided to become anyway to fulfill your purpose. So therefore it's really challenging to see what your purpose is when you're not even, mentally there. So, it can just be more frustrating. And you can see this even with energy healers. A lot of people, really like these energy healers that just, clear them of baggage and shit. To be honest, guys, you have to deal with your own shit. You can't just have things just taken away from you, this past trauma or something. Like, all those things are there, and the reason those cannot be completely taken away is because you have to deal with it, because there's lessons to be learned from it. That's the point of it happening in the first place. So until you have dealt with that, it's not going to go anywhere. And even if it did, it would actually just hurt you, because it would not build your character the way that you're needing it to be built. And it'll inevitably just hurt you more to just lose the experience altogether from your mind. So, even if these energy healers could just completely take away an experience, it would really just hinder you, and rather than benefiting you. That's the kind of the issue there with energy healers that I have. Now, they are very beneficial at the same time. They can, combined with dealing with your own problems, they can also help you to feel better, because energy healers are definitely able to do very amazing things and help you to feel very much better. But honestly, it's just like putting a band-aid over an infection. And, maybe that's not the best metaphor out there, but you just keep putting this band-aid over it to make it feel better, basically. You're taking painkillers and throwing a band-aid over it, and it's an infection. So what does it do? It grows. It spreads. So each time you're, just putting a band-aid on it and taking painkillers, it's not solving the issue at all. It's just getting worse. You have to take the band-aid off, really wash it out, and deal with it that way. If it's really bad, obviously, you don't have to do it all at once. In this case, we'll kind of work this metaphor in a weird way. But it's important to get rid of it. And we're this is referring more so to these blockages we have from past traumas. If you've, there's a multitude of things that could have happened in your life, no matter how big or small others may view it. If it's a big thing to you, then it needs to be dealt with, and that's just the way it is. And again, you'll be going through different experiences depending on what those are, and depending on what your purpose in life is, and depending on what kind of character you need to have in life is. So that's why everybody has a totally different experience when it comes to spirituality. And to say at any point that anybody's ever doing anything wrong in spirituality is honestly just kind of bullshit. And, if you completely follow somebody and you feel it's working for you, continue doing it. I'm not trying to tell anybody, don't do this, don't do that. I'm just saying that follow your intuition more than anything. Like, while you're following anybody, whether it be myself, any other YouTuber, any of the people that I've recommended, whoever it is, whatever it is, just make sure that you're following your intuition as well, because that's going to guide you into everything that you need to do in life. So that's the message of this video, guys. Don't follow other people to the point where you're hindering yourself, because that can be an issue. And don't tell other people how they should be doing their spiritual journey, because that's just annoying, to be honest. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like, it helps a lot. You can subscribe to see more videos we upload weekly. and random other videos throughout the week a lot of times. It's awesome. And you also can share this video. If you know any spiritual zombies, share this video with them. Let them know you annoy the shit out of them, or they annoy the shit out of you whenever you are being told by them exactly what you need to be doing in your spiritual journey. It can be a pain in the ass. I've dealt with it. I'm sure most people in their spiritual journey have dealt with somebody doing this. Please stop doing it, guys, because it's not helpful. It's not helping you. It's not helping them. It's just counterproductive to everybody's day. So please don't do it. Mainly the part of telling people what they need to be doing. Being a spiritual zombie is up to you. If you want to do that, go right ahead. Anyway, more importantly, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and much love to you.